You know that feeling when being alone feels like a weakness? Or even worse, like some kind of punishment? Well, today we're going to flip that whole idea on its head. We're about to explore how the time you spend by yourself, yeah, that time, might just be the most powerful tool you have for building your own value and finding real, genuine happiness, all on your own terms. All right, so let's get right into it. When it really comes down to it, how we experience being alone is all about one thing: perspective. Is it a punishment? Like you're stuck in a lonely jail cell just waiting for someone else to come rescue you? Or is it an opportunity, a wide open space where you can finally figure out who you truly are? Believe me, the answer you pick here, it changes absolutely everything.
So, why do so many of us even fear being alone in the first place? Well, it usually starts right here. We're talking about the trap of dependency and that all too familiar sting of being taken for granted.
And man, this is a trap that is so easy to fall into. It starts out innocently enough, right? You make yourself available all the time, hoping you'll get that connection, that little bit of care in return. But what usually ends up happening, we don't get that value back. People kind of start to take advantage of it, and before you know it, your presence, your time, it's just seen as free. It's expected, not appreciated. And that cycle, wow, it just slowly but surely chips away at how you see yourself. This really points to a pretty harsh truth, one that's tough to swallow. The idea here is that a lot of the world doesn't really run on genuine relationships. It runs on self-interest. So when we depend on other people for our happiness, we're often just plugging into whatever they need instead of building something truly real and supportive. Okay, so if that dependency is the trap, then what's the escape route? It's simple, but it's not easy. It's about completely reframing what it means to be alone. It's about challenging that stigma head on. And this next thought is really the big turning point. Get this: the joy of life is in being alone. Herds are for sheep and goats. Whoa. I mean, that's pretty provocative, isn't it? It's basically saying that, yeah, following the crowd is easy, it's common. But real joy, real strength, that's found when you have the guts to stand on your own. So from now on, let's stop calling it being alone and start calling it what it is: solitude. This isn't a weakness, not at all. It's a symbol of incredible strength. It's a declaration of your independence. And you know what? It's the ultimate opportunity to finally figure out who you really are deep down. Which brings us to this amazing journey of self-discovery. See, solitude isn't about just having empty time on your hands. Oh no. It's about starting the single most important conversation you will ever have in your entire life, the one with yourself. Let's just start with the basics. And I want you to really think about this for a second. With nobody else's opinion floating around in your head, what do you truly like? What do you dislike? It's a surprisingly tough question, right? Because for so long, our own preferences get all tangled up with the people around us. Solitude is your chance to finally untangle all of them. And once you start there, you can move on to the bigger question. Where do you actually want to go in life? I'm not talking about where your family or your friends or society thinks you should go. Where does your own internal compass point? If you were the only one drawing the map, what would that final destination be? And from there, we get to the deepest, most important question of all: why? What's the real fire, the real fuel behind your ambition? Getting to the bottom of your why is the foundation for everything else. And honestly, it's something you can only really discover in the quiet of your own mind. This whole process of asking and answering these deep questions, it's not just some philosophical exercise. No way. This is how you forge real, undeniable power. This is what becomes your symbol of strength to the rest of the world. I mean, just look at nature for a second. The sun is alone, right? And that's exactly why it's so powerful. It doesn't need a committee of other stars to shine. Its solitary power gives life to literally everything around it. Or think about Mount Everest. It's not just one peak in a crowd of equals. It stands alone, towering above everything else. And that's precisely why it's the highest point on the entire planet. Its solitude is its majesty. And then you've got the lion. Sure, other animals run in herds for safety, but the lion, it often stands alone. Its independence is the very thing that makes it the king of the jungle. That's where its power comes from. So after hearing all that, what's the big takeaway? How many people do you actually need to depend on for your own happiness? The answer is simple. One. Just one. Yourself. That right there is the definition of true independence. All right, so you're on board. You've embraced this new way of thinking. You get the power behind it. The big question is, now what? Well, now is when you seize your moment. You turn all of this into your opportunity, and you start writing your own story. So here's a practical 4-step game plan to get you started. First up, find your weaknesses and start working to get rid of them. Use that quiet time to be honest with yourself. Step 2, say goodbye to the selfish people in your life. You know the ones, the energy vampires? It takes courage, but it's crucial. Third, focus. Focus on your goal with the laser-like intensity of an eagle zeroing in on its prey. And finally, number 4, build happiness like a habit. It's not something you just wait for. It's something you practice every single day. And never, ever forget this powerful idea. The one who decides to stand alone can shake the whole world. See? It's not about being lonely. It's about choosing to stand on your own 2 feet. And that kind of focused individual strength, man, it has the power to create massive change, not just for you, but for everyone around you. So listen, if you're feeling alone right now, I really want this to sink in. That feeling, it's not your limitation. It is not a cage. This is your turning point. This is the exact moment where everything can change, where you finally take back the controls. And that leaves us with one last big question for you. And this isn't just some abstract idea. It's a choice you can make like right now. Is this time alone going to be an empty room, or is it going to be the workshop where you build the strongest, happiest version of yourself you can imagine? So I'll ask you, today, what will your solitude become?